Hi everyone, this is Chrislou Alba. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I do DIYs, reformations, and makeup transformation. Hi guys! For today's video, I'm about to show you how I did this ruffled lace sleeve summer TERNO. So the pants and the shirt is not totally TERNO, so I just do love the materials and the color of these clothes. So these clothes I bought this from Ukay. So if you have watched the video, my video entitled 200 pesos challenge, this is where I bought this too for only 20 pesos or 5 pesos, I guess. Yeah. So if you want to know how I did this DIY, just keep on watching. For the very first step, I am seam ripping the entire waistband where the elastics are. I am planning to create another elastic tunnel which is a bit wider and bigger, and also to lift the pants since the crotches are very deep. I laid down the pants and I started to mark down the sides of it since I want that waist part of my pants to show less bulky when I insert the elastics. So, I am marking my pants from the very edge towards the inside with a 2-inch measurement, and then down to 1.5 for the second marking, and then continue the 1-inch measurement to the bottom. This pants is really very wide, so I had to cut it to look smaller for me. I also trimmed the bottom part because it has something designed there which I don't think it's cool. I also cutted it so that I can sew all the side seams. Anyway, I sew all the markings and then cut the excess fabric and sew it with a zigzag stitch. I cutted the ripped seams of the previous elastic tunnel since it's all wrinkled out. I have to create another elastic tunnel and make it a little bit wider. After cutting it, I'm folding it twice, half for the first fold and then 1 inch for the second fold. Basically, it's 1.5 inch, but for the wideness of the tunnel, it will be 1 inch. I'm making sure that the entire fold measured 1 inch so that it looks nice and clean. When sewing, make sure to leave at least 2 inches opening for the elastic to go through. I will now insert a 3/4 inch sides of an elastic to the tunnel to also tighten it up to our waist, and then I'm using a safety pin so that it's easy for us to let the elastic go through. Once done inserting, we will now join the ends of the elastics for about 1 inch measurement to make sure that it fits onto my waist. I sew all the sides of the elastic to make sure that it's secure and then sewing the opening to close it. For the last part, we will now hem the bottom of the pants and folding it twice, making it a 1/2 inch wide. For the tank top, I will be making a pattern first and use this very first DIY I made as a template to follow. So, I fold the top first since I will be following this top for the pattern. I simply follow the center front and the side of the top. I am not following the armhole since I want to make it curvy so that it's not that open at the booby part. I wasn't able to add the clip where I am marking for the armhole and marking it with a pen to look visible because of some technical errors. But anyway, this is how it looks. I am just adding allowances to the pattern. The allowances measures 1/2 inch. For the back pattern, I am just using the front pattern as a template where I follow the sides and the bottom of the pattern. I also draw a line onto the top and also I followed the darts. Make sure to have darts so that it really fits onto the chest and then at the other side of the back pattern. And then at the other side of the back pattern, I measured for about 3 inches and mark it, connecting it to the other side of the part, and by that our back pattern is finished. This time I am pinning the pattern onto the back bodies of our shirt. I am just following the pattern while cutting it. We will be cutting 2 pieces for the front. The other one will be our interfacing. Same thing with the back pattern. I am cutting 4 pieces of it, 2 for each sides. Then we will firstly sew the darts. I am folding the sides of the interfacing fabric since I want to put a removable cups for the purpose of the cups to be used again to the other bralettes or tank tops. I am folding about 1/2 inch to hem that side. For the ruffled sleeves, I am using the cutted waistband of the pants since it's a bit wider, cutting it into bits or 2 strings. And for the ruffles, I love laces, so I am using this lace design because I feel that it suits to my design. But before putting it on the straps, I am hemming first the ends of the lace for a cleaner look. In putting the laces, I am sandwiching the top most part of it to the strap and pinning it there. So when you're pinning it, I am also pleating the lace to make it look ruffled. Well guys, it depends on you on how should you do to make the laces ruffled. I will be putting the straps between the front fabrics. Make sure to give allowances while putting the straps so that the laces does not join while sewing. Also guys, make sure to measure the straps of your top so that it's not loose to you. I am also pinning the center part first to close it. Make sure that the laces are facing outside when you sew. We will also sew to close the armholes of the top. Always check the laces first to avoid it from being sewn together with the fabric, and then top stitch the entire top to flatten the surface. In attaching the back to the straps, I lay the straps down. And in attaching the back fabric, the topmost part of the fabric should face towards the ends of the straps. Measure first the length of the sleeves you want to be so that it truly hugs your chest and won't go down while wearing. You can see how I attach the straps onto the back bodice by sandwiching it. After all the sandwiching saga of the tank top, we will now join the back bodice and front bodice, making sure that the interfacing fabric will not be sewn together with the rest of the fabric. I'm sewing it with a straight stitch first and zigzag right after. For the loops, since I want the back of my top to have a crisscross lock, I am using the bias of this shirt around its neckline. I am cutting it into 6 bits measuring 2 to 2.5 inch. And right after that, I fold the ends of the back bodies and insert the loops inside the folds. And sew it with straight stitch to secure the loops and continue the top stitching. For the bottom, I am using a lace. Same thing with the ends, I sew it first for a cleaner look, and when attaching it to the top, you should start at the center to balance its sides. I am marking it to see where the center of each fabric and of the lace. When you already have attached both the centers facing right side together, you can now do the pleating and make sure that both have the same sides, allowances, and distance of pleats. Anyway, you can do everything you want to for your bottom. That's the reason why it's called DIY. Sewing it first with a straight stitch and zigzag stitch afterwards. Don't forget to top stitch so that it stays flat and down. For the very last step, I am cutting 5 strips of fabric measuring 2-inch width. I will join them together to create our string for the crisscross back. And here's our final look.
So that's all for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed and you learned from this tutorial, and I hope that you got an idea on what to wear on your summer vacation getaway. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel and click the bell button for you to get updated once I upload another video. See you on my next video, guys. Bye!
I'm a fool for your love.